In the green, rolling pastures of France, cheese is more than just food. It is a cultural language written in milk, salt, and thyme, spanning over 1,600 distinct varieties that define the very identity of its regions. Brie de Meaux. This legendary soft cheese hails from the region just east of Paris and has long been dubbed the King of Cheeses, a title it famously earned during the Congress of Vienna in 1815. It is a raw cow's milk cheese characterized by a snowy white, bloomy rind and a pale straw-colored interior that should be supple but not runny. When you taste it, you get a complex profile of toasted nuts and sautéed mushrooms, a far cry from the milder, processed versions often found in international supermarkets. Because it is protected by strict status, every wheel must be produced using traditional methods, ensuring the history of the Ile de France remains intact in every bite. Roquefort, known as the King of Blues, this sheep's milk cheese is ancient, with mentions dating back to the writings of Pliny the Elder. It is unique because it must be aged in the natural Camembert caves in the village of Roquefort-sur-Soulzon, where the damp, cool air allows the Péninsule Roquefort tea mold to flourish. Unlike many other blues that are firm or crumbly, Roquefort is remarkably creamy and moist, offering a sharp, tangy, and salty punch that melts away into a sweet finish. It is often said that the limestone cliffs themselves provide the cheese with its soul, making it a masterpiece of geology as much as gastronomy. Kon-tay. Moving to the Jura Mountains near the Swiss border, we find this massive, hard mountain cheese made from the milk of Montbéliard or French Simmental cows. Each wheel can weigh up to 80 pounds, requiring hundreds of liters of milk to produce, which is why farmers in this region have operated in cooperatives for centuries. The flavor of Kon-tay varies wildly depending on its age, ranging from young wheels that taste like warm butter and apricots to older, 24-month reserves that develop crunchy salt crystals and deep, nutty, caramelized notes. It is perhaps the most versatile cheese in the French pantry, appearing in everything from high-end soufflés to simple afternoon snacks. Camembert de Normandie. While it looks similar to Bree, this Norman icon is smaller, thicker, and carries a much more intense, earthy personality. Legend says it was created by a farmer named Marie Aurel during the French Revolution, who hid a priest from the Bree region and was given the secret recipe in return. A true Camembert smells strongly of the damp earth and hay of the Normandy countryside, with a flavor that is salty and intensely buttery. It is traditionally sold in small wooden boxes, which help the delicate, living rind breathe as it continues to ripen and soften on its journey to the table. Re-blo-shon. This heartwarming cheese from the Haute-Savoie region of the Alps has a name that literally means to pinch the udder again. In the Middle Ages, farmers would only partially milk their cows to lower their tax burden, then go back for a second, richer milking once the taxman left. That high-fat second milk is what gives Re-blo-shon its ultra-creamy, velvety texture and its distinctive aroma of herbal mountain pastures. It is the essential ingredient in tartiflette, a beloved potato and bacon dish, but it stands just as well on its own with its nutty, slightly fruity undertones and saffron-colored rind. Shev-ruh. This category encompasses a vast world of goat cheeses, particularly from the War Valley, where the climate and soil are perfect for raising goats. These cheeses come in a dizzying array of shapes, from the ash-covered pyramids of Valençay to the small round crottin de Chavignol. Young Shev-ruh is bright, acidic, and citrusy, while aged versions become hard, pungent, and intensely concentrated. These cheeses are often a reflection of the local flora, as the goats graze on wild herbs and grasses that give the milk a clean, sharp finish that cuts through the richness of a meal. Époisses de Bourgogne. Often cited as one of the most pungent cheeses in the world, this washed rind delicacy from Burgundy was a favorite of Napoleon Bonaparte. During the aging process, the rind is repeatedly washed with Marc de Bourgogne, a local pumice brandy, which gives it a striking orange color and a powerful meaty aroma. Inside, the cheese is so soft and gooey that it often has to be eaten with a spoon directly from its box. Despite its intimidating smell, the flavor is surprisingly mild and creamy, with a salty, savory depth that reminds one of a rich beef stew. Mimolette. Originating in the north of France near Lille, this hard cheese looks like a dusty cannonball or a pitted cantaloupe on the outside. Its bright orange interior is the result of adding a nat2, a natural dye, its bright oil dye, which was a tradition started when the French wanted a homegrown alternative to Dutch Edam. The most fascinating part of Mee-mo-let is its rind, which is intentionally inhabited by tiny cheese mites that chew on the surface, allowing the cheese to breathe and develop its signature salty, fudge-like flavor. An extra old Mimolette is brittle and intense, tasting of burnt caramel and hazelnut. Beaufort. Often called the Prince of Gruyere, this firm cow's milk cheese is produced in the high-altitude Beaufortain Valley of the French Alps. It is recognizable by its concave side, a shape originally designed to make it easier to tie the heavy wheels to the sides of donkeys for transport down the steep mountain paths. Because the cows graze on diverse alpine flowers and grasses during the summer, the milk is exceptionally aromatic, resulting in a cheese that is smooth, non-grained, and deeply floral. Ossau-Iraty. Representing the Basque Country and the Béarn in the southwest, this is one of only 2 sheep's milk cheeses in France to hold protected status. It is a firm, uncooked cheese with a smooth, amber rind and a flavor that is subtly sweet with notes of toasted nuts and black olives. Traditionally, Basque shepherds would make this cheese in mountain huts called caolars during the summer transhumance. It is most famously served with black cherry jam from the village of Époisses, a pairing that perfectly balances the savory richness of the sheep's milk with a hit of fruit acidity. Munster. Not to be confused with the mild American version, this Alsatian cheese is a pungent, washed rind powerhouse created by monks in the Middle Ages. Its name comes from the word monastery, and it was originally developed as a meat substitute for the brothers during periods of fasting. It has a sticky orange-red rind and a soft ivory paste that is remarkably savory and aromatic. In Alsace, it is traditionally served with cumin or caraway seeds to help with digestion and paired with a glass of local GUH-VO or TZ-TRA-NER wine, creating a bold sensory experience that is unique to the eastern border of France. Saint-Nectaire. Coming from the volcanic heart of the Auvergne region, this cheese has a history that stretches back to the reign of Louis XIV. It is made from the milk of Salaire cows that graze on volcanic soils, which gives the cheese a distinctively earthy, cellar-like aroma. The rind is often grayish-purple and mottled with white or yellow mold, reflecting the caves in which it is aged. If this journey through the cheese boards of France has piqued your appetite for more culinary history, consider subscribing to the channel to explore more food stories from around the world.